Hi, so my name is Mart Parve and I come from Tallinn, Estonia. Just out of curiosity, how many of you have been to Tallinn? So not many. So to everyone else, just please come to Tallinn and I will, for instance, show you the most secretive speakeasy in Tallinn, for example. So I'm the head of growth at Insli. Insli is a policy administration SaaS for MGAs and brokers. We have about 500 customers in 50 countries, including about a couple of dozen MGAs from UK. And we are doing a blockchain spin-off called Black. And I want to tell you how it, in my mind, has the potential of winning back the power in insurance from insurance bureaucrats to insurance innovators. A lot of our customers are very entrepreneurial. Brokers are usually quite small, agile, they are business-minded, not at all like big insurers. They really talk to the customer, they feel the customer needs firsthand. And let's imagine for a moment that you are an insurance entrepreneur. So with an idea for this great new insurance product, let's say an on-demand cover for Airbnb hosts with full API integration to Airbnb, everything happens magically. Or, for instance, a social motor insurance, where policyholders are forming groups. The groups share their bonus malus, thus keeping everyone in check with peer pressure, keeping fraud low, keeping carelessness low. So you have this idea, and like in startup settings, it would be normal to make an MVP, start operations, see how it works. And the only thing you need is to find a carrier. But you will discover that it takes insurers, or let's call them insurosauruses, 1 to 2 years to grant capacity for your product. The motor insurance example from the previous slide is an actual case from one of Insli's customers. They are the warranty insurance king of the Baltics, so an established broker. But it's been 2 years and they are yet to find a carrier for this motor product, which might work quite well. So, and if you eventually get a carrier for your product, you will discover that 15 to 25% of each premium is spent towards administration costs, eating into your product's attractiveness and into your commission, of course. Also, when you want to iterate upon your product like a startup, like a true startup, it will take months to get your changes approved by the insurer, if they approve it at all, while your business might fail at the same time. Also, it's a common practice that the most innovative aspects are drained out by the insurer. So it's a great idea, the social motor insurance. But please leave the social out, so it could be only like MTPL, and that would work fine now with us. So I would say that like even insurers do pimp themselves up with innovation initiatives. They are largely like PR-minded. I would say that insurers have become a serious impediment to insurance innovation, paradoxically. Because they are too slow, they are too wasteful, they are too costly. We can imagine a better world. One where it takes 2 months to take product to market, not 2 years. And where administrative costs are cut by more than a half. And that's why we want to create Black, Lloyd's of London on blockchain. So that's a broad scheme of how it will work. What it does is essentially replacing insurers as carriers for a blockchain-based market for insurance capacity. On one side, there are the agents that I described that might want to replace the carrier for their existing portfolio or want to introduce entirely new products. They list their products on Black platform similarly to crowd equity sites. On the other side, on the capital side, there are the syndicates that raise funds by selling tokens to investors in ICOs. And once And then they allocate this capital across a portfolio of different products listed by agents. The investors naturally get to share the returns of the syndicate, and the tokens can be freely traded. It's a security token. And when the product is funded and the agent starts the distribution, the entire business is written on blockchain. And in the center, there is Black Insurance that is maintaining the blockchain infrastructure. And it's the crowd equity place where both the syndicates and agents are listed. So our team is quite small, but I believe it's quite strong. So we have industry veterans such as Risto Rosser from Insli, who founded also a broker that took 30% market share in its home country. That's a feat on its own. And also Bandit Pranger from Premfina. These guys know the problems of the industry firsthand and have displayed the capacity to translate ideas into actual execution. So we are no dinosaurs. We started only a few months back. We created the idea, compiled the core team, raised the first round of equity only in December. And now we are focusing on expanding the team, also preparing for our own platform ICO coming this summer, and creating an MVP that is going to be first shown at the insurance conference in Amsterdam, the Digital Insurance Agenda in May. So we are quite busy and progressing quite rapidly. So that's pretty much it. If you like what we are doing, then we would appreciate your help by first sending talent our way, blockchain engineers, ICO, crypto experts, and such forth. And also by just pinging me or my other team members so we could sit down and have a cup of coffee, because what we need most is ideas, feedback, how to bring it further. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.